Hello everyone, my name is Crypto Andy and I am a crypto trader and enthusiast, and in today's video we're going to be going over an article I found on Cointelegraph. Has Bitcoin reached its near-term low? Have altcoins reached their near-term low? Is it a good time to possibly come into it, or will we see more downside? Let's hit it. Let's see if it'll do that. Bitcoin's price drops below traders' cost basis, warns of deeper sell-off. So according to Nancy Lubale and Cointelegraph yesterday, 25th, they think Bitcoin will go down lower. Bitcoin's price fell below traders' average entry point, leading analysts to caution that the current sell-off could continue. Bitcoin's price has experienced mounting sell pressure, causing it to shed more than 5.5% over the last 7 days and setting a 6-week low at 58,400 on June the 25th. During the sell-off, BTC dropped below its short-term cost basis, risking a deeper correction, according to market intelligence firm Glassnode. So, all right, let's see. Let's go look at the chart. I have a lot of things up right now. This is BTC on the 1 day, and basically it's at support, right? And it's a lot of support right around I got it at the, was it $60,819 mark. We have a lot of support there for BTC, but as you can see, there's also the next step down would be 59.22, and it was at 58.40, right? According to, was it 58.40? Yeah, 58.40. So near, yeah, 58,400. So right there, and then it bounced back up. So what we see is that this long wick down and up means it was a big price rejection. A lot of people maybe wanted to buy there. They thought it was a good time to come into it. But we can see that the next move down is at 57, and if it really goes down, if the economy really tanks down, then it would be 52,181 is really the lowest it could really go until it gets to another point. So if it breaks the 57,000, it did that on May the 24th and right back up. But if it broke that and closed there, and we confirmed down, if there's another wick down the next day, confirmation closed, then it would really get toasted. Really, it would go to 52,136. So has it reached its near-term low? Is it a good entry point? It's not a bad entry point. If we look at other metrics about it, okay, I got the DMI. Let's look at the RSI. Okay. All right, so I have the MACD here, and let's see where it's at. So according to the MACD, BTC on the 1 day chart it's become lighter or darker, like I said, less transparent red. So what that means basically is that perhaps it's on the uptick, right? It's sort of bottoming, as we can see the bottoms when it gets lighter and then it kind of goes back up. So maybe on a near-term basis, the MACD is swinging to the upside a little bit, like it's starting to bottom. Okay. Now on the RSI, it's way down. The RSI is way down. This was on June 24th. So anytime the RSI is like right there, wherever it is, was it like 25? Anytime it's past 30, it's considered oversold. So that is like an entry point for a lot of people when the RSI is that low. And it's not a bad pickup. Like I said, it could go down to 52. Then that's like worst case scenario, right? If it just goes down to like 57 from 61, I mean, that's really not that much, is it? I mean, do you guys think it is? All right, let's see. Bitcoin's short-term holders, cost basis is a metric that represents the average acquisition price for BTC for investors who are considered short-term holders, typically defined by the movement of coins that have been held for less than 155 days. So the 200 exponential moving average would kind of capture that. Data from Look into Bitcoin reveals that BTC's breach of the 64,000 level on June 23rd saw it fall below the SDH, short-term hold, I guess, realized price at the time, which was $64,000. Okay, so it broke down under that. In addition, the latest drawdown was inches away from pulling the price below the cost basis of the 3 to 6 month holders at 57,300. So presumably when it falls below that, people start to sell. They don't want to take losses and they get out. The report also highlights that the cost basis of the 1 month holders has plunged below the 1 month, 3 month cost basis, signaling a diminishing momentum in the demand side. So less people want to get into it, which is technically the best time to get into it, right? When nobody wants it. If you think the bull run is on, if you think we're going to continue up, then it's a good entry point from the perspective of sentiment. The sentiment is down. That's when you go into it, but it's hard to do, right? Like a lot of these people, like they're saying, they're going to get shaken out. They're not longer term holders. They're shorter term holders maybe, or they're retail investors that don't know how to weather these drawdowns. Which cryptocurrency, if you can't weather a drawdown, you're dead. But at the same time, you need to sell, right? You don't want to get too low. Now let's take a look at Ethereum as well. I didn't draw too much on Ethereum. I just wanted to kind of like free look at it. But Ethereum also, okay, so it's still making like higher highs as far as here. Like if we look at this from January, so if we went to here, right, it's still clearly uptrending to the upside, and it would have to hit like 31.52 for it to break down below, and then we have like support levels here. Another one. Oh, probably gonna drag this one. So Ethereum to me looks pretty strong. I mean, doesn't that look strong to you guys? It's clearly uptrending, and it's perhaps approximating support, but it's still very good. I've now checked on EMA for 20, 50, 100, and 200 day, and we see that the 100 day is like, it's right at the 100 day EMA, which again is a entry point for a lot of people, or a sell point. But we still have the 200 EMA, and remember that metric they're using is between 1 month and 3 month, and so they're saying it dipped below it, and we see that reflected in that 100 EMA. But the 200 EMA is there's still plenty of room on the 300 EMA, and it's right around this line of support. So the 300 EMA, the longest one for 200 days, is still solid. There's still room on it, wiggle room down, so it could even go that low. But is it entering a territory where it's so cheap that you should buy into it? That's for you to decide, but I think maybe it is. I have now pulled up a chart of the US bond, and if anybody who's in the markets needs to look at the bond markets, because the bond market is 4 times the size of the stock market. The stock market is way bigger than the crypto market. And the bond market, US government 10-year yield, you want this down. So the more down it is, the higher the markets go. And we see that in recently, since April, and really since October 2023, when the markets took off, right? That was sort of the bottom of all the markets. The bottom of BTC was right around then. This went down, the markets went up, and I'm going to illustrate that to you. Okay, so this was right here, and that was a low point. This was right here. That was another low point for the S&P. That was another low point for the S&P, right around like 4,200, right? And so this goes down, and the S&P goes up, then this goes down again, then the S&P goes up, this goes down again. So we want this going down, and it has been going down. It kind of plateaued down. So as far as I can tell, everything is still strongly to the upside. There's the 200-day EMA is strong. Everything is hitting the 100-day EMA, right? But there's still a lot of support for BTC. We have at least 2 more levels before it gets towards the 200-day EMA. But probably it'll, if the price keeps going down, the EMA will start to kind of go down a little bit, and this it'll be right around that level if it does hit it. As far as I can see, there's still a really strong uptrend. This is a short-term correction, and the near-term bottom that happened on May 24th hasn't been tagged. Their wick down was still more down than what we experienced on the June the 24th. So I think it's positive in my view. Is it as cheap as it can possibly go? It'll probably go. It could go down more. But you're not buying it up here, right? You're not buying it at 71,000. You're buying it at 61,000. I heard Gareth Soloway, he's a chart guy. He says he's willing to buy at 55,000. So if you bought some today, dollar cost averaged in tomorrow or next week for the next couple of weeks, it's a good pickup, I think, especially the altcoins. The altcoins are getting shredded right now. We look at the Superverse token. I can get rid of this one because we don't need to look at that. But see how the 200-day EMA is way more down. So on the altcoins are getting just shredded. But look at the Superverse. I remember buying this for like 90 cents. I was like, God damn, I'm gonna buy some more because I'm gonna dollar cost average into it. I like the super token, the super farm token. But look at how low it is. It's hit a massive amount of resistance here. And it could still go lower. It could go lower to 51, but it's still low, right? You're coming into it at a fairly good time. And look at this RSI. Anytime it's under 30 and it's at 29, so it's under 30 technically, but it's right there. This is a buy when it's at under 29. And we see with the MACD appears to be turning over, and it's got a rounded bottom, and I love rounded bottoms. I've noticed a lot of them, they could keep going, but it's starting to flatten and then it'll go back up, hopefully, right? Probably. We don't know what it's going to do. Solana is still down, although it had a pop. Another one I bought, GHX is called Gamer Coin, but it's a depend project, and it's still, the bottom of that one is at like 60 cents. 0.06 cents, excuse me, and it's at 0.079, but it's still it's not, none of them are too far from the bottom, and there's no guarantee they're going to hit the bottom, but they're really towards the bottom. They're really oversold. And so is this a good time to come in? I think it looks like a good time. Do your own research, of course, but I mean, I don't see it getting much lower than it is without something major happening. And it's an election year. The debate is on tomorrow, and during elections things go up again. The bond market appears to be stable and going to the downside. The Joe token is a DeFi project again. Oh, that one had a little pop on the RSI, but it's still real low, right? It's still real. This one was like $1. This one went down by like 60%. So we just have a lot of altcoins. The altcoins are getting just killed. Altcoins are getting killed. But like I said, the big one, the one that matters the most, BTC, is still clearly just in like an upward channel. And as long as BTC is doing good, everything else is going to do good. So I think the bull run is still on. I think we're still going to keep climbing. And it's not a bad time to come into it. Is this the bottom, the near-term bottom? I don't know if it is, but we're close to whatever the bottom probably will be. I think that we're very close to the bottom if we're not at the bottom right now. It could dip lower. It could dip into 59. It could dip into 57. But I think probably that's what will stop. I don't know. Nobody knows. But if we're not at the bottom, we're near it, probably. and it's not a bad time to start picking up some stuff. It's the, you know, if you hadn't been in crypto and you got in right now, what a great time that would have been, right? Instead of like if you had gotten in like a few months ago. I'm still glad I'm in, but if I had gotten in right now, that would have been way better, way more upside. But so I have the opportunity to come into it now to bring my positions lower now. So I think it's great that this is happening. It's an opportunity, in my view, and there's no reason to think that we're going to keep going down. There's still lots of support. The EMA, 200 EMA has not been tagged, and I'm pretty optimistic. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. My name is Crypto Andy. Have a good night.